What's going on, guys? It's Fast1 and today I want to talk to you guys about some of the issues currently present in Battlefield 4, especially on the Xbox One, which is where I primarily get my content from. Now I'm currently experiencing a lot of difficulty when joining a server since queues were recently integrated into the game, and I have to say that these queues are just so glitchy. Now, if you also play on the Xbox One, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, and that is that when trying to join any server whatsoever, which doesn't really matter what game mode it is, you'll get a ridiculous amount of people trying to join the same server. The most I've seen so far is 24 people trying to join a Conquest large server, which I'm pretty sure that's not the right amount. I'm pretty sure these queues are not working the way they're supposed to, and 24 people trying to join the same server kind of seems ridiculous to me. So one of the main issues that they need to fix right now is those queues, because they're not letting people join any servers whatsoever. Every time I go to join a server, I have to wait at least 10 minutes to find an actual server that I can get into and have a nice game. That is, if my team is actually doing a great job at it. But that kind of takes a lot of time to do, which sometimes I don't have that time to spare. And so I think this is one of the main problems they should fix right away. Another problem is probably some that you have heard of already, and that is hit detection. I know hit detection continues to be a problem along with other issues like one-shot kills. Now, hit detection is basically where you will have your, let's say, red dot or any scope that you're using on your enemy, and you'll just spray him with your bullets and you won't get a single hit marker, which has happened to me so many times. And then as soon as I empty my magazine on him, they have enough time to turn around and kill me, which I just really get ticked off by it. I mean, getting 30 bullets to the back, shouldn't you actually be dead by now? But those are still one of the problems that I'm experiencing on the Xbox One. The other problem is the one-shot kills, which basically where someone just shoots you and they get that one lucky shot and they'll just take you out with one bullet, which I think should be fixed as well. We're like 2 months into the game, and this problem has been known since Battlefield 4 was released, and I don't seriously don't know why these problems or issues are still in the game. I just really don't understand that. And these are something that have really pushed a lot of people away from this game. I know a couple of my friends which are no longer enjoying Battlefield 4 as they used to enjoy Battlefield 3, which is kind of a shame. I'm kind of disappointed on how many people have just given up in Battlefield 4, and it's kind of a shame, as I've said before. A lot of people, a lot of fans, loyal fans, which recently played Battlefield 3, they played it throughout the entire year, and they just have given up on Battlefield 4, and this is all due to the issues that haven't been fixed and just really push people away from playing this game because it's just so unplayable at times. So now, after having talked about the current issues in Battlefield 4, I want to bring up my next point, which are some of the things I dislike in Battlefield 4, which really have impacted my overall experience when it comes to enjoying this game. And for starters, the character movement, which I think is just way too sluggish compared to Battlefield 3, which I think was phenomenal. But for some reason, DICE just thought it was good to make the characters in Battlefield 4 a lot slower. But in my opinion, I think it kind of reminds me of the characters in Medal of Honor Warfighter. If you actually got the chance to play that game, the characters in there were just awful. I mean, it would take so long to get from point A to point B. And so I think they kind of got the idea of getting that sluggishness or slow movement of the characters and just implemented it into Battlefield 4, which I think was kind of a bad thing to do. The next thing I really dislike about Battlefield 4 are the specializations, and I think it was also a bad idea to make it way too reliant on your squad as opposed to individual specializations found in Battlefield 3, because so far my experience with this specialization system is that if you're in a squad that is not really doing anything, for example, I've been in squads full of recons just camping on the roofs of the building on Siege of Shanghai, and they're not really doing anything to help out my squad. So we're just staying at the basic thing that you get, which I really think is just a bad idea, because sometimes I just really want to upgrade to the next perk, and I just can't do that throughout the entire round because there's just not enough players to switch to the other squad, or sometimes I'm just left in one squad by myself. And this is why I feel like this should have never made a way to relying on your squad. I personally feel like this is one of those things that really hold back the players from actually playing the way they want to. And maybe in the next Battlefield, maybe like Battlefield 5, they should probably return the perk system like it was in Battlefield 3. That way, you can have an individual perk all to yourself rather than relying on your squad for it. And the last thing I just dislike about Battlefield 4 is the map design. I just feel like the maps in Battlefield 3 were better structured with better design layouts, which allowed you to have more coordination of where you were going when compared to the maps found in Battlefield 4. The Battlefield 4 maps just definitely have an improvement over the Battlefield 3 maps in terms of visuals, but sometimes I feel like there's too much stuff going on in the maps that distract you from the main point of the game. One of those things is the amount of spots that allow campers to camp in every map, which, as I have said before, I don't know why DICE would think it was a great idea to make maps like this in Battlefield 4. So maybe in the next Battlefield they should make maps that are probably close to Battlefield 3, because in Battlefield 3, let's take Grand Bazaar for example, which was just a great map for all game modes, and you really didn't struggle to flank the enemy in team deathmatch, rush, or conquest. It really didn't matter because you would just have so many ways to flank the enemy, and you would just be able to kill them right away. And there wasn't that much camping in Grand Bazaar, but if there was, you would just be able to take them out right away. But in Battlefield 4, that's not the case. You actually struggle a lot to flank the enemy, especially if they're camping on a hilltop or in one of those center towers like the one in Demavan Peak. So these are a couple of things that I truly dislike about Battlefield 4, guys, and this wraps up the video as well. Tell me in the comment section below, what do you think about Battlefield 4? What do you really dislike about this game? Because I'm pretty sure there's something you must really dislike about Battlefield 4 with all the glitches, all the problems that this game has. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to hate something about this game. As always, guys, leave a rating and subscribe here if you're new for more Battlefield 4 content. As always, this was Fast Cutting 101, and see you in the next video.